Good morning. Wow, enthusiastic are we? What were you about to say? You said you had something to tell me about what you heard. What did the person say? This fashion designer, she was like a hard pill to swallow. Fashion designer. Or, like the truth about being a designer. She said, don't go after your aspirations, your creativity. Don't follow that. Follow the market and the fashion road. And that could be in every business area. It don't even just gotta be in the fashion road. But that, I saved it and it stuck with me. And I think I think about it every single day because I think that I don't even care about the market. I agree. The market is telling you skinny jeans are out, but all you make is skinny jeans. Stop. Stop. Or like plan a rebrand for when it do come back. Or I don't know, make it in a better way, make it in a cool way so that try to bring it back. I don't know. I think I kind of agree. Like go where the market is. Like, even, let's say if my favorite gown style was, I don't know, something that was in style 3 years ago. I'm not going to keep making it just because I'm going to make whatever's in style right now. I couldn't stand them leaves. Couldn't stand them 3D leaves. Why? There's so many. I just don't like that everybody was doing it. Like, leaves everywhere. I probably did maybe 2 or 3 ones with regular leaves, and then the flowers and stuff I like those better than the leaves. But either way, I went with the market. Yeah. So it was what it was. Yeah. There was this girl, she said she doesn't care, she doesn't have kids. She said she doesn't care nothing about baby clothes, she don't care nothing about diapers, she don't care nothing about strollers. But it's her number one selling product, it's her number one selling online store. Is a baby product store, and that's basically what she's doing. Like, she's going with whatever the market says. So, I don't know if I can fully be uninvested, though, in what I sell. Maybe. I don't know. I think it would be hard, but I still love gowns, even though I don't particularly like the leaves. When I did it in a way that I thought was really pretty. And what was I say? Like that blue dress, did you see her prom send off? Beautiful. Beautiful. Like, I made it into a way that went with my design aesthetic. However, I think if I don't like baby strollers, I wouldn't sell them. Yeah, I wouldn't either. That's a really good market too. She probably studied like what's something that's popular to sell. Yeah. And somebody will always need diapers. Yeah, exactly. Right. How many people have children? I'm trying to think what I sell that I don't like selling. Or that I wouldn't want to sell. Like, could I sell bottled water? I probably could. I don't know. Staples. What about Staples? Could you have a Staples type store? Sure. But you just said you only want to sell what you want to sell. I don't know. But you still do them sometimes. When I was at the studio the other day, so I've met everybody. My studio's on the 3rd floor. I met everybody on the 3rd floor. So now I'm meeting everybody on the 2nd floor. It's really just for being there more. You see everybody because everybody's not there at the same time. Right. So I met 2 people on the 2nd floor, and they showed me their rooms, just making conversation. And so I met young person. She was like, alterations. And I was like, no. But it still stuck with me from even what she said about going with the market. And I think that I did a market research report on being a seamstress. And they said to come back. I don't particularly like alterations, but I do think that if it's in the same genre of what I make, and I can charge a super, super high price for it because it's on a wedding dress or on a beaded gown or includes feathers, then I don't mind doing it. If it is $300 to take in a wedding dress or to add a lining, by all means, bring the dress in. Because really, I can either do it myself or I can have somebody on the team do it or one of the other outside seamstresses do it for $50 to $60. And then I still made a $230K profit because I had the resource to be able to get this done in a professional way for them. The customer doesn't care how it gets done as long as it's done properly and professionally and fits how it's supposed to fit on the day of. So I think as a business person, you just gotta be able to make it work. Mm-hmm. And for me, I think the only way to make alterations work is to, just like with my collection, to narrow it down. The alterations, I'm only doing alterations on these specific types of products. Mm-hmm. Not anything and everything. Yeah. I follow a lot of tailors, but it seems like they love tailoring. You don't have any art dreams, at all. I follow this YouTuber girl, and I really enjoy the way she does her YouTube shorts, and because it's almost like a little mini project runway every time. It's like customer came in, they ordered this from online, and came in looking like that. Here's what it looks like when they try it on. It looks horrible. Then she'll be like, and then I took out, added corset strip, and I added a skin color matching mesh instead of this light mashed up. And now, bam, here's the product. And that's literally as long as her video is. Like, the way I explained it, as long as the video is. And I think it's so nice. Mm-hmm. All she does is tailor or alterations to online orders that get messed up. Mm-hmm. And I feel like we need people like that. Yeah. Smart, too. Smart. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I mean, the one girl, she said she charges a minimum of $300 for alteration. Mm-hmm. So it's a lucrative business if you're doing it on the right things. But if somebody has a rip in their jeans, yeah, stuff like that. But that's the first thing. That's one of the first things that people ask when they know that you know how to sew. Mm-hmm. Alterations. It's a business. It's a business. Would you do it? Well, I know. I said on my social media that I'll do it for using like some profile clicks. Mm-hmm. And then in the caption I'll put disclaimer. I don't actually offer this service. What's the point of doing it then? I just said it. For profile clicks, but then they come into your profile for the wrong reason. Don't you want to come to your profile for something you actually do? Well, it'll be like, mine is going to be, I got dressed in his outfit that I bought from such and such. Mm-hmm. And it looks a mess on me, but I'm going to fix it. Yeah. There's this girl who does that for herself. Yeah. It'll be for myself. Okay. Yeah, all she does it is for herself. She's like an extra small. So every time she orders an extra small, it's always still baggy on her. Mm-hmm. And so she starts from the beginning to the end, and then it looks nice on her. But I don't think she did. Come on in. I wanted to talk about prom season. So we haven't been back in a while, you guys. I'm sure y'all know. Because I've only been posting like every other week just because we didn't have enough episodes to do every week since our last time that we came in here. But, okay. Okay. Well, my prom season was, I know these are well, every year you say, oh my God, your prom season was so good. From the outside looking in, I feel sure. For me, I feel like this was like one of the hardest years. I feel like my staff was very fickle. Like, cause I started off with the intern that you knew, and then who else was working at the store? Like in the beginning of prom season, we had the two high school interns. You, the other girl, I think that was in the beginning. Then I think when she pulled out the outside seamstress, and then when the other girl pulled out, then I don't know. So then I feel like my staff was too fluctuating during prom season. Mm-hmm. Like certain people were there and then they weren't, and then other people were there and then they weren't, and then hiring people. Like I kept rolling over staff, which I felt like was unsuccessful for me because I like to have the same staff throughout the whole prom season. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it was a lot of weeks where I was just like, okay, this was made improperly, so I had to take everything out. Like I would stay overnight to take everything out and redo like other people's work. Mm-hmm. That was very frustrating. And then I feel like people were super either late or calling out this year. By the end, I had called in two girls who used to work at the store years ago, just to finish out prom season, get the last 20 orders kicked out and done, which I think was fairly well. I had one of our seamstresses from last year. She actually passed. Early May. I started visiting her in the hospital in April because I had heard that her cancer had came back and she wasn't doing well. on top of Will's passing in October. I felt like those two here every day, all day, in and out, long hours, and like these two people, I don't know, are no longer with us on this earth. So I feel like that was very hard. Um, but the orders themselves, great, sure. Yeah. Everybody went to prom successfully. Mm-hmm. Every single order. There were no cancellations. Mm-hmm. There were no returns. Mm-hmm. There were no mishaps. Like there were some people that either were very particular or overly intrusive with their commentary or just being like a nitpicky type customer. But even those people were happy with their order and picked up and went to prom successfully. No chargebacks, no returns. All were happy with their order. So in that regard, yes, it was great. But I think, personally, it was a very hard year. I could see the staff. Mm-hmm. I feel like last year the staff was good. Yeah. You would think that this year would be like that, but yeah. Remember, I forgot to mention. The girl said go with the market. I think prom season is one of those times where you have to go with the market. Mm-hmm. Like you can't be like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, because it's prom. Everybody wants their dress to be different, and if you just make these one particular dresses, I don't think you'll sell it because then everybody is going to go to prom and looking a different way. And then some people be like, I don't like my shoulders, so I need a long sleeve, or I don't like this. Like, so I think that was. For you or for me, or what do you mean? Mm-hmm. Like the prom season lesson was just not lesson. Her saying go with the market. I think that's the area in the fashion world. I said no. Like I said, like I still did the leaves even though they weren't my favorite thing to do. But it was like I had to manipulate the design in a way where I felt like it was attractive and not like I'm making you look like a tree. I didn't like the ones where it leaves from shoulder to foot. I feel like you look like a branch on one side, but I still made it in a way where, for me, it was a beautiful design. So yes, that's going with the market, but that's still making it to your aesthetic too. But I think overall, managing wise, like there were a lot of times where I was like, it doesn't matter. Like you're late, okay, show up. Like, yes, you were on the schedule for 11 a.m., but you just woke up and it's 12, so you won't be here until 1:30. I don't care. If you want to get here at 1:30 and you still want to work, come in to work. But there were other people who were just late because they were late, and it was just like, okay, you're not going to be here for long, so I'm just going to deal with it. As long as you come in and do a couple hours, just help this one dress. I don't care, Mm-hmm. Like, I care. I really do care. I'm really upset on the inside, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I need this dress to be done. And I feel like that was my disposition for a lot of prom season this year, which I did not like. Yeah. I did not like that of myself. Mm-hmm. Because it's like, I'm forced to deal with this because I have no other option. So it was just like, every day was kind of like, all right. Like, like I'm just trying to deal with this, but I have to get this stuff done, so I'm just going to throw that aside for today. Next day, I got to throw it aside for today. Next day, I got to toss it aside for today. Like, So I did not like that. But overall, at the end of the day, I always know it's my name on the door. Not literally, clearly. But, like, at the end of the day, I know it's my business. People are asking for Monica. People are saying, Monica made my dress. So even when other people fall short, I still have to be the one to take the blame or take the credit. Mm-hmm. So I just made it a point this year to stay late more times, to stay overnight more times, just to make sure everybody's order was done. Mm-hmm. Which really this year I wanted to do more manufacturing. Mm-hmm. I did order a couple dresses. I did use half the dresses out of the ones that I ordered. For the Nigerian manufacturers, I did use 4 out of the 8, mm-hmm. which I felt like it cut a lot of the time for those dresses. But I felt like a lot of the girls' dress designs didn't call for it. So I have to figure out how to do that better next year. In addition to the market. I feel like you went with the market with it. Yeah, it was. Because they were like the base that most girls wanted. I think the brown. Or maybe the thickness. It was like certain things, certain dresses just didn't need. But I think I'll definitely do better with that next year. Overall, though, the orders themselves, the clients themselves, I would say 98% of the clients were top tier. Paid the money, came to their fittings, picked up, no complaints. No, didn't call me late at night. I really gave everybody the store number this year. Ain't nobody really hit my cell phone number at all. Unfortunately, the one person that did was the one person who would call and text me at 11 p.m., 10 p.m. Other than that, like, I only had 2 clients that were kind of nitpicky and slightly, not my target audience. Which is, I could say 2. I think we said we have 100 orders, which is probably a good number for most people. I just complain because I don't even want the 2. Yeah. I want everybody to be my ideal customer. Yeah. But yeah, definitely had. I think for most people, they're like, wow, that's only a little bit. Like, I have people calling me all the time, or people texting me all the time, or like annoying customers with every customer. And I'm just like, I complain about the 2 out of 100. So I think it's still a blessing for sure to even have that minimal. And again, even they were happy with their order and picked up and took all the photos and sent me photos and stuff too, which I feel is I think that part. All one thing that I really took away from this prom season is staff is so important, and really getting that staff narrowed down. I think by January, maybe February, is going to have to be the move versus like during prom season trying to figure out. Even my younger sister, like, she was in and out within like a month or 2. Like, even that was a very annoying situation for me. But yeah, I've seen it all the time at jobs though. Any job I work, would be in and out. Even in like big corporations, Walmart and Amazon, McDonald's, because they got employees that be in and out. Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, for sure, it's the people. I know it ain't me. Oh, I know it ain't me. Because the 3 people that were in and out during this prom season, like, I know my sister's personality. And she really handled stressful situations, I think. Prom season is stressful. It's a lot of moving parts. It's a lot of, can you do this, can you do that. And it's so crazy because she wasn't even doing the main thing, and she still was like, this is too much. Maybe it was the travel. I think it was part of it. About driving and stuff like that, and parking. For me, it's like nothing for you to be everybody about. Just get in the car, get out, walk. And then the other person, I think their lifestyle. Again, I don't think it was me. I think it was them. I think their lifestyle just didn't. Like, that's how you make money. Again, overall, everything is a blessing. I'm a very positive person. Even if something is a mess, I'm like, that's a blessing. So I'm going to say it was all a blessing. Financially, it was a blessing, I'll tell you that. I feel like this year I actually saved up enough to really figure out manufacturing for next year and not have to worry. So I really just have to take my time and really sit down and be like, okay, which route am I going to go and not spend my money on anything else? So I'm just like, okay, I need to figure out how I will maneuver next year in order to make this be. But outside of that, though, I did enjoy a lot more of the gowns that we made this year. I think they were more detailed in certain aspects, as far as like the corset and the hand detailing, like the pearls and the rhinestones and the leaves and the 3 designs. I really loved that part, the design this year. Like, every dress kind of had something cool about it. So I really did love that. I love that part of the designing process and how everybody worked together. Like, Milan's dress, like, Ariana started with the feathers, and then you I think you did the feathers at 1.2, right? The black feathers. And then one by one, I put some of the pearl strings together. You put some of them together. D helped put them on. You helped put them on. J helped put them on. And it switched hands for each day, but I was able to say, okay, this is this customer's dress. Here's her inspiration picture. Sometimes I would text y'all the pictures so y'all can look at it while y'all are doing something here. And then Nia's over here doing this other dress. I feel like if I had that same team for a whole year straight, like if we all worked together for a year straight, and then next prom season, it would be crazy. It would be crazy. It would be so good. But everybody is gone. Everybody is gone. I still have 2. But I think this goes into like the managing style. I did want to bring up these managing styles today because I was listening to this podcast and this girl was talking about all these different managing styles, and when she described this particular managing style, I was like, oh, this is my problem. So this particular managing style is called coaching. The manager focuses on developing employees' skills and potential through guidance and feedback. A manager who has this style promotes personal and professional growth at all times, and sometimes coaches their employees to be bosses, their own bosses. And I think this is my this is my managing style. I am often coaching my employees through feedback, guidance, and then they end up having personal and professional growth. But that leads to them leaving my company to start their own companies, which I don't necessarily mind because I love everybody who works for me and I want everybody to be successful and have money. But at the same time, you're coaching your team to leave your team. You end up with no team, and then you start with another employee, and then you coach the new employee to leave you. Yeah. So then you don't have nobody working for you. So I feel like this is my problem. However, I don't think it's just your. I think in like episode 1 or 2 maybe. Like I said, it's hard to. This is a profession where it's hard to have employees because people move on and gritty business themselves. So I don't think it's a you problem. I think that it's a fashion problem. Even hairstylists. If you need somebody to braid down the hair, you need somebody to wash the hair, and like little things. But if you hire somebody else to do, like you need a team, but if you hire somebody else to do it, then they're gonna most likely move on and be okay. So this is one of those professions. Yeah, maybe that's when a lot of people that's in school, they get their fashion degrees. It's like it's their dream to go use their fashion degree to work for Chanel, but then they want to eventually move on and work on their brand. Yeah, like it's one of those again professions. So you do have to find a system to where I don't know, hire people that actually need jobs and don't want to do it, or I don't know, like Amazon is like this is maybe a chain or like warehouse jobs. Like yeah, and then if somebody do have like fashion interest opportunity, 6 months internship, you gotta apply for it and you gotta be top notch and like it could be an exclusive thing to come work for you if you do. Right. Yeah. Or opportunity program. Yeah, I think that too. Like it definitely has to be like for sure. I think my internships need to be keep them. But yeah, I would keep the internships for sure. Like the high school ones and maybe college ones. But for people outside high school and college, I think it has to be like application. And I think it has to be more of a like mentorship, like a 6-month mentorship that you sign up for rather than just internship that you can just have. And it might even have to be paid. Like you do have to pay to be part of the mentorship program versus what happened this year where you just come and go. Or just not even like taking it seriously. So 2 of those type of employees, but the other 20 no fashion interests that are like you just teach them. Like we're hiring no experience needed, but we'll teach you. Yeah. And then you teach them not much. What they said, like right, yeah, like I don't know, like that's kind of what I wanted for my younger sister. I'm like, oh wait, she doesn't sew, so she can focus on sales and computer and like stuff like that. Stuff that does not have anything to do with sewing. And then she got mad because all she wanted to do was sew, which didn't make sense to me because I'm like, what? Maybe it makes sense. But I think because she sees us. I was about to say that because sometimes like a janitor, they'll be hired to be a janitor and a dishwasher, but then they see all the other positions and they want to do it now. They want to move up because you don't want to be a janitor for the rest. Yeah. Not saying that was a janitor job, I'm just saying. Right. When you see the other areas of the job, of course you're going to want to always move up. Yeah. Maybe. That really annoyed me Because I'm like, you're so good at this part. That's why I hired you for this part. And the fact that, like, she was, like, happy with it, I was just like, wow. Is this so intriguing that everybody wants to be a part of it? Like, yeah. Yeah. I think that's my problem. Is I spark inspiration in people from doing regular, everyday
But that's the
consultations and tasks.
I think I've seen a hairstylist. She has employees, but her employees it has nothing to do with hair.
Yeah.
And it allows her to do hair.
Marketing. I think for me, what I want to do is I want to hire outside companies to do that stuff. People do more work when they are invested in the outcome because they manage their own business. So instead of hiring somebody to work for me to do my accounting, I'd rather hire an accounting firm to do the accounting because that's your job or that's your company. So you'll do it better because your company is an accounting company. Or marketing. Instead of me hiring somebody to work in my store to do marketing, I'd rather hire a marketing company to do the marketing. I think for me, I have to learn my lessons faster. And it's more of a who, not how type of thing, where instead of me trying to figure out how to do things, I need to figure out who to do things. And that will just move the needle further faster. Instead of other people coming in and out and then not even really having those people around. But yeah, some of the other management styles, I mean, I think I could fall under a lot. One was democratic manager, and this manager involves team members in decision making and processes, encouraging input and feedback. This can lead to higher employee satisfaction and a better team of collaboration. I feel like I sometimes ask the employees, like, okay, how do you feel like the best way to do this is? Or I'll just be like, okay, this dress needs this. You can put it on however you like, but this is the style. Like I did that a lot with the orange dress or the feather dress or the gold dress. Like I just asked the interns or whatever, this is the look they're going for. You know, you can do it in whatever way you want to do it, as long as it looks like this image. And then I just let them do it and not continue to like work on whatever I was working on. Another managing style is charismatic. The manager relies on their personal charm and enthusiasm to inspire and motivate employees. This style can drive high engagement but may overly depend on the leader's presence. Servant leadership is this manager prioritizes the needs of the team, acting as a supporter and a facilitator. This style enhances team morale and creates a positive work environment. Do you feel like I prioritize the needs of the team? Transformational manager is a manager who inspires and motivates employees to achieve their highest potential and embrace change. This style focuses on long-term growth. See? Yeah, there's a lot of different managing styles, but I feel like the one that most resonates with me is the coaching. Yeah. Overall, I think every prom season is a learning lesson. I feel like I did much better with accepting and denying certain customers. Yeah.
I feel like each prom season I've been there every year I've seen growth. Yeah. In a whole different area too.
In a whole different area?
Each year.
Yeah.
And you keep going, you don't give up. You know it's gonna get crazy, you handle the crazy. And then the end result be, I gotta do it. And then,
yeah. So, it's never, I'm not going to get through it.
Oh.
Well, what? I don't know if you can see this. I feel like this is my manager style when it comes to like teaching people how to sew. I'm going to put this video in the, wait, let me say this video in the clip because that's a funny video to me. For me, I think this is how I teach people how to sew.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
People want more help than that. And that's not, to me, that's not how it works. You gotta take the stick and get it for yourself. Like, basically the video I just played for her was...
Yeah, I see that in school.
Yeah. But like Ariana was like, she was working, and she was like, I can't get it. Can you just do it for me? And I was like, yeah, hold on. Let me just switch the foot position. And then I was like, there we go. Yeah. Yeah.
I think, I'll be that type of mom.
That type of mom. Oh, all right. All right, guys.
I need to get some medicine.
Yeah, I need to get some hot tea. Thank you for listening. No, count your blessings.
Thank you for listening. But count to before you count your money, yes.
Oh my God, let's do it over. Count your blessings
Before you count your money.
Bye.
Bye.